Hi everybody, it's Chris and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for joining me. I started a series on my favourite 45s from the 1960s, a decade that I've neglected on my videos, so I thought I'd put that right. And so I've got this time of my top 40 from 1966. Now, like all collectors, my collection is a work in progress, and I have a number of significant singles missing from this particular year, and some of those are on this album. So this is a reissue of that very famous Nuggets album, and on here we've got songs like, I'm pretty sure these are 1966 songs, so Dirty Water by the Standells, Count Five's Psychotic Reaction, Pushing Too Hard by the Seeds, Hey Joe by the Leaves. All of those I think are 1966 singles, and if I had those I probably would include these in this top 40, but I haven't. So these are the top 40 of the ones that I've got. So at number 40 we've got Australian band The Easy Beats and Friday on My Mind. At number 39, what an amazing vocalist. I know nothing about her though. This is a reissue of Stay With Me by Lorraine Ellison. I know nothing about her, but what an amazing vocal performance. At number 38, Black Is Back by Los Bravos. So this was covered obviously in the 1970s, about 77, by La Belle Epoque, but that's the original. At number 37, this is a cover of a Beatles tune, and it's probably sacrilegious, but I actually think it's better. Got to Get You Into My Life by Cliff Bennett and the Rebel Rousers. Good stuff. At 36, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me by Dusty Springfield. What an amazing voice that woman had. And at number 35, another female vocalist, These Boots Are Made for Walking by Nancy Sinatra, which is one of the earliest songs that I can remember hearing. I know it's a bizarre thing, but there we go. At number 34, Hold Tight by Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch. You know, when they sat down and thought, what should we call the band? You know, anyway. At number 33, this is Working in the Coal Mine by Lee Dorsey on Stateside Records. Good tune. At number 32, this is an edited version from the album. I think the album version is well into the sort of double figures, 12, 13 minutes long. This is an edited version. And this is Time Has Come Today by the Chamber Brothers on Direction Records. At number 31, Pretty Flamingo by Manfred Mann on HMV Records. At number 30, we've got Donovan and Sunshine Superman on Pi. At number 29, Bob Lind, Elusive Butterfly, which I think has been covered by a couple of crooners. Val Doonican was certainly one of them, but a good tune. At number 28, here's a cracking tune, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore by the Walker Brothers on Philips. Great stuff. And 27, Highway 61 revisited by Bob Dylan. I'm not a massive Bob Dylan fan, but I think that's a pretty decent tune. At number 26, this is one of those garage ones that I have got. I had Too Much to Dream last night, the Electric Prunes on Reprise Records. And at number 25, I think this has been on Polydor, I think it's been on Motown. This time it's on Rictic Records, and this is Stopper on Sight, SOS by Edwin Starr, which is a really solid tune. At number 24, You Keep Me Hanging On by the Supremes. Great stuff. This is number, this is 23. Wild Thing by the Trogs. Really famous tune. At 22, we've gone with 8 Miles High by the Byrds on CBS. Back to Motown for number 21, and this is the Four Tops and Reach Out I'll Be There, which was a number 1 hit in the UK for them back in 1966. We're moving to Atlantic Records now, and this is Land of a Thousand Dances by Wilson Pickett. It's a reissue, but it's a fantastic song. A little bit more garage now with Question Mark and the Mysterians, and this is of course 96 Tears on Cameo Parkway Records, and that's at number 19. At number 18, going back to Atlantic, When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. Wonderful stuff. And then we've got the Fab Four coming in at 17, quite low. But as I said in the first video, the 1963, the pre-Revolver era is my favourite era of the Beatles. And at number 17, we've got Eleanor Rigby, backed with Yellow Submarine. At number 16, back to Motown now. What Becomes of the Broken Hearted by Jimmy Ruffin, which is a classic Motown song, as is this one as well. This Old Heart of Mine is Weak for You by the Isley Brothers. At number 14, Ike and Tina Turner and River Deep Mountain High, one of those songs which has been covered by numerous people, including Deep Purple in fact, but theirs is the definitive version, I think, although there was a collaboration between the Supremes and the Four Tops, who did a magnificent over-the-top version of that. At number 13, we're still with Motown here, and I think this was written and actually released in 65, but didn't chart in the UK until 66, so I'm going to include it. And I think with lots of these countdown, occasionally you might get the year wrong, because the published year is not necessarily the year that it charted, and charting is different in the UK and the US as well. But anyway, Stevie Wonder, Uptight, Everything's Alright. What a wonderful tune that is. And we're still with Motown for number 12, and that's Canadian, I think it's Canadian, Ardeen Taylor, There's a Ghost in My House, which was re-released in the 70s and did a considerably better in the 1970s. I think that possibly is the 1970s version of it. At number 11, we've gone with I Feel Free by Cream. So supergroup, were they a supergroup at that time? Yeah, they probably were, weren't they? Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, Jack Bruce. Great stuff from them. And then we're into the top 10. So who haven't I mentioned so far? Who would you expect to see in the top 10 from 1966? Well, at number 10, gone with the Small Faces and Sha-La-La-La Lee, which is a great tune. They've done better, but that's a fantastic song at number 10. At number 9, Substitute by The Who on Reaction Records, which is one of my favourite Who songs. At number 8, Sunny Afternoon by The Kinks. Such a quintessential British band, wonderful stuff. Love that tune. On the same label as that, at number 7, gone with The Loving Spoonful and Daydream, which is just a beautiful pop song. I adore that song, it's wonderful. At number 6, now I nearly had another song by them, but I think the song that I was going to choose was a 65 release. It may have charted in 66, but if I do a 65, I'm going to include that song then. But so this is a different one to maybe the one I should choose from 1966. This is Monday Monday by the Mamas and Papas, which again were just a beautiful pop band. I just thought they did some absolutely amazing tunes, and Monday Monday is certainly a very good example of that. That's on RCA Records, as is the next tune. So at number 5, this is my top 5 here. My top 5, we've got the Monkees and I'm a Believer. They did some classic pop tunes, didn't they, in the early days, and I'm a Believer is a fantastic example of that. I think that's just a brilliant song. At number 4 is the beautiful voice of Stevie Winwood. Now, I think he was really young when he was in this band, and what an amazing voice this man had. But this is the Spencer Davis Group and Gimme Some Lovin' on Fontana Records. His voice is just amazing. We're in the top 3. What would be in your top 3 from 1966? Here's my top 3 of the singles that I have. So at number 3, gone with Jimi Hendrix and his version of Hey Joe. There's been loads and loads and loads of versions of this song. This is a great version. The Leaves brought out Hey Joe in 1966, I think before Jimi Hendrix, but Hendrix's version is very, very good. And number 2, this is probably one of the classic singles of all time, in that the A and the B side combined is just brilliant. The B side is Wouldn't It Be Nice, which would have made a brilliant A side, but not if God Only Knows is on the A, which I think is just an amazing tune. I'm not a massive Beach Boys fan, but that is my favourite song by the Beach Boys. God Only Knows by the Beach Boys from 1966. And my favourite song from 1956, or my favourite 45 from 1956, is Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones, which I just think is absolutely class. Love it. There's my top 40 from 1966. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I'm sure I'll be back sometime with another video. Cheers.